Capable combatants needed for hazardous work. Please respond for more information.
I pressed the wrong thing. 1 second. I pressed the wrong button. There we go. I myself jumped in, and my pet dog appears to be sniffing my crotch. Lovely. Welcome. We're now back to, excuse me, to, what are you doing, Doc? To ESO. Last time was one hell of a quest. I mean, you can see as well I have now changed my uniform. It's, I think I might adapt a thing now where if it's, you know, I'm trying to have a clothing that kind of matches the area that I'm working in, and this is the nearest I could find for the Clockwork City stuff to begin with. I mean, I could use what do you call it, like this game's version of transmog, but it's no point really. But yeah, got that walk is never going to fail to amuse me. God, I got these different costumes. They really are. I mean, look at that. That is dope. It's like a fire effect on her. And you got the person over there who's glowing. Really, wow, and it's really freaking cool. They're glowing like heck. So, I'm not sure how long the quest is going to be in this area compared to like Vvardenfell or Morrowind. Obviously, it's not going to be as long as it was, but if I just see somebody jumping up there. If we happen to go into Summerset, which is the next area, then we do. I mean, obviously, I've still got kind of 3 more quests at least to do as a minimum, but I've got a feeling there's a few more. Yeah, good evening. And like I say, just remember when I get to Summerset though, because I took a diversion to get the Sijic quest line, it's going to be, you know, there's going to be a little bit of a jump. Like I said, it's not going to be like smack at the beginning of it, but it's going to be pretty much from that point onwards. So it's like, and I'm going to do the same when Oblivion comes out, which is coming out in just under a month, which I am really hyped for. I'll be doing the same thing as well after I've done the like the introductory quest. Maybe like 1 session I will do just to get you know, sort of show off the new stuff, things like that. And then when we return to Valenia, then we'll take a slight diversion so I can go and get one of the companions, and then whatever else I'm doing, we'll then return to it. So again, it's the same logic. Little diversion, get the bits I want, and then return to it properly and officially later. So last time, that quest, that quest was dark. You know, with the astronomer and everything, and you think, oh, she's going to have her memory wiped. It's just like, but then you find out, like, at the last minute, it looks like he got his memory back, and then he just turned it to dust. That was sad. Like, she kind of remembered us, but at the same time she didn't. But that, very science fiction. Yeah, it was. Sorry, just take me hoodie off. I'm a bit warm. It's that point of the year now where it's like, hoodie on. I'm too hot. Take it off. I'm too cold. So I'll be putting this back on in a second. Once I've cooled down. There we go. So it doesn't fall on the floor. But yeah, this whole section has just been, because this for me is brand new. although I've visited the Brass Fortress and the Clockwork City, I've never done any adventuring here because I wanted to do things in order. So this is all new to me. Although I have managed to get the what do you call them, the skill shots that were around here. The one that I saw that was like underneath things, there's like, I figured it out. There was a way you had to go to another part, go down one level, go back along, and then you could get it. Also, I managed to complete, again, without properly meaning to, but I managed to complete a certain quest. And let me get rid of that because I don't need that anymore. That can be gone. Yep. Doing some inventory cleaning here. Yep, that can go. Same for that. That can be destroyed. It's not exactly the same, but I'll put it in the bank, didn't I? I'm an idiot. Although I didn't get the big robot that we wanted as a companion, you know, with the big beam weapon, which was freaking dope. I have got his little brother, which is like one of the first, like it was a prototype one, so it's a bit flawed. It's probably the easiest way to describe it, but it is basically the same sort of design, just like a smaller version, and it's a training, as I've hoped it would be. It is a training dummy that can go in the house. So I was like, yes, this will do. Anyway, enough of that. Just crack on with the game. So you've got some all these like quests here with the little blue arrows above them. They're the daily ones. So it's, I'm not gonna do them now. See, daily job broker, things like that. These are things I'll do off stream when I just have an urge. I want to play the game, but I don't want to progress the story. These are the things I'll come and do, like the dailies, or you know, the things I've missed out. That sort of little things like that. And here is the Slagtown Outlaws Refuge. Again, using the same symbol. It's just going to be interesting. I don't think I've been in here. Also, Facile has an Outlaws Refuge. See, now I'm getting cold again. I knew this would happen. Bear me one moment. Let me shoulder at him. I'm going to sit up. There we go. That's better. Yeah, it's that time of the year. Okay. So go through the big. Okay, this is cool. So we have all the usual stuff that we have the fence, obviously.
My sister has a knack for magic. Got swooped up real quick. Me? I'm content making a life out here in Slagtown, living by my own rules.
Okay. Okay, that's cool outfit. And that mask he's got on. So I'm just like, I've spent like a couple of minutes before and just getting distracted by all the different costumes that are out here. Hello. Well, one thing I do need to do before I forget. There we go. I don't need that open.
Go find another beggar to bother. I've got more important things to do than carry some apostle's hopeful sack of dirty laundry.
Palpatan sent this one to help you.
Paul Batten's an old fool and a coward. He knows that the prognosticator provides nothing but false
the fortune teller.
dreams to our people. That's what got my mother killed. I swore I'd never let another person get caught up in its games.
But please answer, Kajito. What do you plan to do about it?
Prove that the prognosticator is a liar and a fraud. It tells them over and over again how terrible life is. And then once every generation it provides an actual fortune to keep them coming back. So I'm going to the Vale of Tears to destroy it.
Okay, that I foresee is going to cause some problems. The Vale of Tears is dangerous. Let this one help you.
You want to help? I won't refuse, though I don't have anything to give you, if that's what you're after. The Vale of Tears lies to the southwest. If you really want to help, meet me there.
Okay. Well, that's This is so freaking cool, this area.
Don't give up on me yet, Kara. I think I'm getting close.
Bren, this stew tastes like it was steeped in rusty nuts. Maybe we
Come in
should
search of a hot meal? Hard to come by here, I know. But mark my words, one day there'll be more than just the aroma of bubbling brass wafting out of Slag Town. People are going to come from far and wide to try what's making it.
I think you're the only cook in this entire city. So obviously you're a cook then.
Or a mud mixer. Might as well be the same thing most days. Getting ingredients that pass for edible is a challenge in Slagtown. Solus Romathron's got real mushrooms he's been dangling in front of me, but he won't sell to the likes of us.
You should see my crafting bank. I have got enough there that will keep you lasted for years. But you know what? I don't think you want any of those. Is there anything Valen can do to help?
Really? Well, if you got me some fresh ones from the halls of regulation, that'd be a start. But they aren't much good like that. Solus has some trick to making them edible he keeps closely guarded. Maybe you could pilfer his secret recipe for me?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Mind yourself around Solus. He's a mean one with friends in high places. Helps him keep his monopoly on the mushroom trade. He won't take kindly to anyone poking around.
Alright. So, dude's dealing with mushrooms, okay. Now, why do I have a feeling that there's going to be something suspicious about how he keeps these mushrooms fresh in a place like this? Like, it's got to be something. It's either going to be something really obvious, or, you know, he's pulling a fast one and he's bringing them in from somewhere else or something like that. There's got to be some reason why he is keeping them, you know, on the down low. It's got to be. Oh, of course, it could just be me being very suspicious. Okay. So, I need to go to the Hall of Refined Techniques, which is the names they give these things. Mr. Glowy again, I saw him before. Nice armor. Right, where am I going? I am going where you seem to be. Oh, okay, over there. Still looking up into the sky and seeing that. That is both amazing to look at and honestly slightly terrifying. I think this is it. Yep, excuse me. Go through. Excuse me.
Every machine,
Raynor, you let him walk all over you. There's a difference between cordial and compliant.
You told me to play nice with others. Now you complain? I don't have to listen to this. I'll finish exploring on my own.
Ah, Kirith, what's happened there?
Sorry you had to hear that. Our family feuds aren't usually so dramatic. Raynor always requires a delicate touch, but he's never stormed off before. He hates being on his own.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, what were you two arguing about?
That whole shadow business. I didn't like the way Raynor let that high elf artificer with a dwarven control rod up his arse order us around. My brother didn't deserve to be treated so poorly. I just wish he believed it too.
Some people just need to figure that stuff out on their own, unfortunately. But, Raynor mentioned something about finishing your exploration.
Before I wounded his pride, we were planning to explore this marvelous machine world. He charged off to prove he didn't need my help, and we know how that's going to turn out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let him cool off, but could you make sure he stays out of trouble?
Yeah, sure, why not?
What I said to Raynor was pretty harsh, but he can be so infuriating. Look, he might be a brilliant artificer. Unfortunately, he's a terrible dungeon delver. Without me, he's going to get lost or hurt. Just don't mention me when you see him.
Understandable. That is why I think you two actually work disturbingly well together when you work well together. Because you have all the more practical knowledge, he has all the theoretical and artificer knowledge. I mean, seriously, you two could make a serious amount of cash if you use your noggin. One day I will have one of those. Oh, gotta go to the elevator. Oh, okay. Oh, there's an elevator. These are really subtle the way they have them here. Is that a... Oh, it's a merchant. Oh, hello, merchant. Sell my junk. Not my personal junk, obviously, but the in-game junk. I'm going to stop there because that's just getting disgusting. Okay. Wrong way. Yep, just walk in, grab it, and walk straight back out again. I mean, no one's going to suspect the Khajiit. Yeah, this one is innocent of all crimes. Actually, the Khajiit will probably be the first one they would suspect. Right, where are you? Okay. Oops. Oh, of course I get stuck in a bloody rock. I'm still so glad I managed to get the apartment in this place on discount with 15 minutes left to spare. I'm not kidding. It's just like one of those. Oh, my crowns, my premium currencies come through. That'll be quite nice, won't it? And 15 minutes left. Must buy. It was obviously meant to be. I'm thinking that place is 100% going to be the, you know, anything Dwemer related is going to go there. I'm going to try and keep that as pure Dwemer related stuff as possible. I mean, maybe like the bookshelf here and there, or like a guardian or an item or two, but anything that has that sort of Dwemer technology, arcane, clockworky vibe to it. Because yes, that is going to be what I'm kind of referring to as my sanctum. Obviously, I have the mansion, but you know, sometimes you got to have a second place where you want to go and just do your research. Oh, it's above. Son of a biscuit. Oh, there he is. I've seen this during the day as well. It looks like flipping amazing. Oh, I don't like him being close to that edge. That's very that genuinely makes me feel a bit. No, can you come back from the edge, please? I have a history with ledges and the falling off of.
Kirith doesn't appreciate my contributions to our partnership. She thinks I'd be lost without her. Well, I'll show her. My superior intellect easily outshines her bravado and daring do.
Oh dear.
What brings you out here?
Anybody who goes on about their superior intellect probably doesn't know those are... Anyway, no, I'm not going to go down that path, but this one thought he would just give you a pull exploring the Clockwork City.
That's a generous offer, but I find your sudden arrival somewhat convenient. Did my sister send you after me? She really does think I'm as helpless as a newborn scrib without her, doesn't she?
Do I keep my promise, Kirith? Yes, I do. I'm gonna go along with it, and if he figures it out, he figures it out. Can a person not just want to help an old friend? Besides, who would not want to explore this place?
It's a fascinating place, isn't it? So much to see and learn. People in the Brass Fortress told me about a number of sites. We simply have to go and see them for ourselves. The possible discoveries, they boggle the mind. Shall we go explore?
Yes, let's go explore the Clockwork City.
There are a number of locations I want to examine. I added them to your map. Lead on, and I will follow. Don't worry. I'll provide any assistance I can, but I have to admit I'm not much of a fighter. That's more Kirith's, area of expertise.
Can't remember if I've asked this before, so I'm going to ask it again, just in case. How did you and Kirifashi wind up in the Clockwork City?
Same way as you, I imagine. We were looking for the ruins of Barm's Amshend beneath Mournhold when we came across a tiny city inside a clockwork globe. Needless to say, I knew what it was the moment I saw it. The shrinking made me queasy, though.
Okay. Right, let's walk away from that. Oh. I mean, I knew he wouldn't have fallen off, but it's just like, oof. Being that close to the ledges, it's like, ugh. This one doesn't have wings. Although we can teleport, so you can't fly. Not that kind of Khajiit. Splash, 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 splash. I think I might need to bring out the chums in a moment. In fact, you know what? Let's do that now before I forget. There you go. That's the familiar, and that's the matriarch. And of course, there comes the Roboraptors. Nice. Ooh, I'll find out. Thank you very much. It's a heavy sack that contains some shadow hide scraps. Handy. What the flip is that?
The resonant sphere. One of Sothasil's minor marvels. There! Did you hear it? The same tone that the central spire emits during the night cycle. Let me tell you what I discovered before we move on.
Why is this just here? Has it just fallen? Was it deliberately placed? What's going on?
Did you notice the perfect symmetry? The total roundness of the form? And the way it reacted to simple, magical impulses? Incredible! If memory serves, the chimes sounded similar to the ones that ring in the brass fortress.
Well, what do you think the sphere is for? I mean, what is its purpose? I mean, don't get me wrong, a big glowy, well not glowy, shiny metal ball is a bit of a talking piece, but it's got to serve more than that.
Applying magic to the sphere provoked an oral response. Perhaps Sothasil utilizes different frequencies of sound to perform his divine workings. On the other hand, Lord Set might just appreciate good music.
You're a dark elf. Should you even be asking such questions about one of your gods?
Tribunal doctrine strictly defines the consequences of questioning the methods and mechanisms of our living gods. The apostles here in the Clockwork City emulate Sothasil in their own ways.
True.
The questions I ask seem tame by comparison.
I mean, hell, some of them have even replaced their limbs with cybernetic, well, I'll say cybernetic, but clockwork, brass, and other prosthetics. Deliberately. Fair play to them, but I don't think I could do it. Alright, so we need to go to the Sanctuary Ray Shrine, which is, I believe, that's the crossroads. Yep, just do that. That looks like something from like a sci-fi film, just this random or seemingly random globe of brass just sitting there. Like, it's not doing anything, it's just there. Alright. Okay, nope, there's a drop there, so I'm going to have to go down here. Maybe it's a bathysphere. Could be. But if that's the case, why is it in, like, basically a canyon? It could also just be one of those things that he's just put there just to make people just think, go, what do you think this is? You know, like a...
That's close enough. Don't want to
a test.
Wildlife. Those machines must be pumps. For moving the lubricant throughout the Clockwork City.
Cool.
Fascinating.
It could also just be put there as a laugh. It goes,
we're done here.
This will be funny. I'm just going to put this big metal sphere here. It's going to make a tone every so often and watch people go bonkers over it. It'll be a laugh.
I wonder how the lubricant winds up in the veil. Every time I answer one question, 3 more appear to take its place.
Well, what purpose does the Veil of Tears serve, do you think?
I'm glad you asked. I surmise that a correlation exists between the lubricant and the dead organic matter inevitably created in the Clockwork City. It has to go somewhere. I speculate that those pumps distribute the grease throughout the complex.
Okay, that makes sense, but organic matter? Even the trees are made of metal here.
Ah, but the fabricants consist of both flesh and machine, and so do the apostles. While the Dwemer were masters of mechanical construction, Lord Set took it a step further by adding living material to the mix. Kirith... No, never mind.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, what he's saying is basically the... organic parts of the residents obviously have organic residue and their bodies, or the limbs that they get rid of and things like that. That has to go somewhere. Might as well make use of it, which in a disturbing way makes sense. As way shrines, I think every time I see one of these, it just makes me smile, because these feel, like some kind of teleport chambers and stuff like that. They really do. Like Clockwork Crossroads, which is, I believe, well, and I still keep expecting to see, like trains or something flying along those bridges. It won't, but. Well, you never know. And there appears to be a snowball. Okay, it's my snowball. And yes, even the trees are brass. So what's down here? The broken clock tower. Where am I going? Oh, okay. Oh, I've got to go around it. Right. There we go. So it's the wrong building. That's the broken clock tower. Whoa, that is broken. Looks cool though. I mean, could Summerset repair this place? Or maybe this maybe this breaking down is like...
I saw this from a distance and was instantly intrigued.
Alright, go on.
There's no rhyme or reason to its function, at least none that I can ascertain.
I think actually it looks like it could work.
Maybe one day I can return with an entire team. For now, let's move on. What a magnificent monolith! I wonder if the workings extend into the subterranean levels below us.
Probably.
Maybe that's where the true functioning takes place.
It wouldn't make sense. This entire place seems like it's a giant machine of some type. And some places literally a giant machine. But what purpose do you think the broken clock tower serves?
That's what I've been pondering since making my meticulous inspection of the site. It's a conundrum. Despite what that Slagtown trader told me, I don't see any method for determining what time it is. Kirith suggested... No. I can do this without her.
What did Kirith suggest?
Kirith uses intuition and leaps of logic instead of sound deductive reasoning. But it works for her. More often than not, actually. She thinks the tower is part of a vast underground mechanism that makes the city function. I suppose that makes sense.
Ah, yes. If it's like a PC, that could be the thing that, like, sort of regulates like the internal clock or something. Okay. But what do we do now?
We need to go back so I can tell Kirith. Damn. I can't believe I let a stupid argument cut my sister out of this. She should have been here. Not that I don't appreciate your help, mind you, but Kirith and I... we're a team.
Ah, what a surprise. It's like, It's just like, I can imagine if it's like a TV show, it's just like, but then we stand there going, aha, I never would have thought that. It's like, not like I went along here as well to try and get you two to, you know, realise this. Like, you silly dumber. Well, it sounds like you were having some regrets.
It does, doesn't it? I'm not sure how to proceed. The complexities of social interaction are Kirith's speciality, not mine. She's my sister and we're a team. We work well together. But she did use some harsh, hurtful words. What do you think?
Well, you're both adults, so maybe you could talk to her and let Kirith know how you feel. I mean, you are siblings after all, but I imagine she's probably not happy with you over a few things. Use your big words. Talk to her.
You're right. I can be the bigger person and apologize. I am her older and smarter brother, after all.
Yeah, wait.
Let's return to the Brass Fortress. Perhaps you can talk to her first and see how Kirith is doing. She's probably lost and distraught without me.
Yeah, you might want to rein that ego in just a smidgen. Just a little bit. Okay, so where's the next thing? Oh, it's over there. Yeah, this thing. These bridges, I really do expect to see like a train or something coming along these things, but obviously it can't happen because there's no bridges. It just has that look to it. So, I mean, by the way, here's a train. Splat. Alright, so I need to go to the Sanctuary Way Shrine, which is, I believe, that's one. Quick drink. Gotta make sure I keep myself hydrated. Especially with, what's the word? When summer decides to kick in properly around here, I am really going to have to make sure I am keeping my fluid intakes up. Because I do not want to go to hospital and have to deal with kidney stones in the current medical climate. That would be very unpleasant. So if it means I have to drink bucket loads and basically, what's the word? Use the bathroom, quite common, and so be it. I'd much rather that than have another kidney stone again. That thing ain't nice. That really isn't nice. Oh, I've got to do my my championship points. So I think I've got another one going into there. Yep. Okay, so 2 more and I'll get another reduction to falling damage, which will be very helpful. Nothing there. 1 more point and I would have maxed out Ironclad. Oh, poop, poop. Press the wrong button. Right, where's the little git? Oh, it's down there, right. How the okay, I'm not going to drop down there. How do I get down there? There's got to be a path down there. Or maybe I do have to drop. Oof. Oh dear. Alright, fine, I'll do it. Little.
Tawaka's breath, you will talk to me!
There we go.
By Tawaka's breath, you will talk to me! Say something, damn it!
Damage?
The prognosticator refuses to talk to me. I request a fortune and receive only silence. Is that what my mother died for?
A fortune? Valen thought you wanted to destroy the Grand Prognosticator. Yes, I said the word right.
I will destroy the false prophet, but not by taking a hammer to its shell. Instead, I'll show my people that it isn't infallible. I'll destroy it by proving that the predictions it makes are blatant lies. To do this, we have to activate the machine.
Okay, well, tell Khajiit, how do we activate the Grand Prognosticator?
As part of every pilgrimage, the faithful have to descend into the Vale of Tears and secure a working animo core from one of the factotums that roam the area. Head down there and see if any of them have a working power source.
I like that. And what you're going to do while Valen takes that kind of risk? Go down there and get your own animo core. Yeah.
No, I can't. My mother's body is down there somewhere. If I were to find it, I'd lose my resolve and I wouldn't be able to finish what I've started. If you need my help, use this whistle. I'll do what I can from up here to assist you.
Alright, I just want to find a working animo core.
Be careful in the Vale.
Well, that's a Grand Procrastinator, yeah. Like, that's... It's like, well, think about it, if he's just sitting around and it's like, oh, I'll give you a fortune tomorrow. Oof. How do I get down there without dropping? Somebody else is doing the same as well. Oh, there we go. Only had to be a ledge somewhere. Find a working core. Let's give this one a try. I don't need his help. That's a damage one. Oop. Alright. There's gonna be another one around this. So crud is awake. I find some of the chums. Also, I'm really looking forward to watching the Expanse again tomorrow.
Factotum beacon activated. Initiating security protocols.
Oh, that's not good. And she fell over. Right. I know some voice still. I just needed some, right? Don't look at me. Don't judge me. Could be one around here somewhere. Oh, you're trying it. Alright, fine. Oh, no. No catch fire, please. Now some lightning. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Same. There's a lot of things I forgot because I just binged watched a lot. Plus, there's also a couple of episodes, especially I think it's in season 2, that I fell asleep in the middle of. Not because they were bad, but because they were late for me. I was watching them late at night, and I was also on some painkillers because of the aforementioned kidney stones. And it's like the two together, and it's just like, wait, I think I may have missed an episode, but I couldn't work out at what point, so I just carried on watching. So there may be a couple of bits is like, I don't remember that. Oh. Plus also, you know, there's what's it? There's stuff coming out. What's it? There is oh, hello. Ooh, I love that. Do that first. Yeah, there's definitely going to be things that I don't remember seeing the first time around. Plus also, it's a damn fine show. I'll take that, thank you. 8 more and I get the treasure hunter achievement. Damn it. Oh. There we go, got one. In hindsight, I should have really gone for the big one first. Alright, so let's go and find his mum. Or what remains of his mum. The only thing I'm not gonna say not looking forward to, but there's my favourite character out of the entire show. Well, I mean, I have probably about 3 favourite characters: Chris, Amos, and Bobby. And unfortunately, Bobby doesn't turn up until season 3. Well, maybe in the season 2. I can't remember. Well, I think she's awesome. About all those 3 characters are the ones who the other ones I don't dislike. It's just they're the ones I realise I consistently like from season to season to season. Even though they do sometimes act like complete a-holes. But that's part of them. Everybody acts like a-holes in that show to various degrees at one point. And it also seems realistic in that regards. Amos, yeah. I didn't like, I say the first couple of episodes, I didn't really like him, but towards the end of season 1, it's like, fuck yeah. Amos. He's oh, I've got to be careful, because I don't want to spoil things in case anyone is watching who hasn't seen it. But he's a simple man. Now, he's not stupid, he's just simple, uncomplicated. You know where you stand with it. You have to really work to get into his head. I found him quite simple in that regard. Again, not saying he was stupid, just it's like, he's this kind of person, and it's like, he's going to do this. Yep, he's going to do this. Yep, he's going to do that. And every time I was right. Maybe at some level I've known someone like him in the past. I don't know. But yeah, I definitely developed a appreciation of a certain Martian. Oh, I see what you mean. Right, yes. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean now. Yeah, it might be that his actions can be predicted, but you love trying to figure out his thought process. Okay, yes, I understand what you mean now. Yeah, I got myself mixed up there. Yeah, that actually I agree with. His reasoning is actually surprisingly sophisticated, but when he decides he's going to do something, he will do it. God damn, I am really looking forward to this now. I just wish there was more episodes. Also, I am this close to getting the RPG of The Expanse as well. Not sure if I'll ever get a chance to play it, because fortunately free time is a premium these days, but ooh, that is something that I could definitely read in the evenings.
I see you've brought back an animo core. It works, I assume. Good job. While you were gone, I figured out where to install the core. There's a cavity in the machine that looks to be about the right size. I think it goes in there.
Wait, are you saying I have to shove this core right up it? What happens after we install the animo core?
I'm not sure. I never went on a pilgrimage, so I've never seen the Grand Prognosticator in operation. My mother told me a few stories. She was always vague about the Oracle. Speaking of my mother, did you find anything else down there?
Unfortunately, no. Just the core.
That's kind of a relief, actually. My mother's gone. Dead because of this ridiculous pilgrimage tradition. Finding her body would have only dredged up emotions I already buried. Let's activate the prognosticator and get this over with.
Okay. Alright. Oh, so it's not what I thought it was. Okay. I actually literally had to go in the prognosticator. That would have been very unpleasant.
Initializing. Reflecting. Memory engaged. By the will of Set, please state your query.
It worked! Prognosticator, tell me what the fates have in store for Comet of Slagtown.
Reflecting. Charting possible outcomes. Comet of Slagtown. Minimum income. Inferior quality of life.
Great, you know all about me. But what does it mean? What's my future, you stupid construct?
Query. Reflecting. Prognostication unsatisfactory. Poor quality of life will lead to sickness, starvation, depression, and ultimately, death.
Perfectly dire. Just what I expected. And what about my friend here?
Here it comes.
Reflecting. Reflecting. No relevant data in memory vaults. Error
Ooh.
occurred. Please present yourself for immediate data collection.
Well, that's new.
Interesting. The prognosticator doesn't have a prophecy for you. More proof that it uses what it knows to make calculated guesses. But it predicted doom and gloom for me. Now I can change my future and show everyone that our fate isn't fixed.
Okay. Now, if we assume that the prognosticator isn't actually, got some kind of advanced computational engine, it's probably taken one look at me and gone, that dude's done more things to the fabric of time and everything else. I ain't no idea what he's going to do. He could go and destroy a god or fall off a ledge. How do you plan to change your fate?
By doing the impossible. I'll find the lost treasure of the Radius. In the past, the pilgrimage included both a visit to the prognosticator and a search for the treasure. That changed after a lot of people died during an unsuccessful hunt.
How are you going to find something that has eluded your people for generations? Yeah, good point.
Palbatten survived that doomed hunt. I'll get him to tell me exactly what happened. Then, I can retrace their steps, avoid their mistakes, and find enough wealth to change my fortune. Let's go find the old man in the brass fortress.
Well, I hope you do well, but... Okay, I've got to speak to him again.
By the word of Set, I am bound. No pronouncements can be furnished without proper statistics to
That's
analyze.
freaking cool looking armor, though.
Provide the appropriate passphrase or present yourself to a Clockwork Apostle for immediate data collection.
Alright, we'll have a shot. Okay, back to the Brass Fortress Way Shrine, which is, I believe, that one. Yes. I'm just trying to think what the other... Again, I can be really careful I don't spoil things for the expense, but here's a fun fact, which I always like to remember, is the Indian lady, Christiana. She is the same person who voices a character in Mass Effect. I believe Mass Effect 3, Tally's aunt. I can't remember what her character was in Mass Effect, but it's the same person. She's got that very distinctive voice, and even when it's run through the filters in Mass Effect, it's like, oh wait, I know that. Oh my god, it's her. Oops, excuse me. So there's a few people in there who have been.
I was worried sick about you.
Whilst you wouldn't call him like mega famous or something, you've seen him in other shows or films, for sure.
Did everything go all right? You didn't run into any trouble, did you? Raynor requires constant supervision, especially around ruins and other ancient places. He's extremely smart, but he has few practical skills and he's easily distracted.
Well, Ellen thinks your brother has something to say to you.
He does he? Well, I have a few words for Raynor as well. We're partners, and partners don't abandon each other when the going gets rough.
Those nice boots.
Thanks for making sure he got back here safe and sound. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. This should be amusing.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I shouldn't
10 out of 20.
have off like that.
I'm about halfway through. Okay.
I blame all this metal. I think I'm getting a rash.
I'm sorry too. I said some things that were uncalled for, unfair. That Naramo just makes my skin crawl, you know?
It's the way he talks. Humongous words and a superior attitude.
Sounds like someone else I know. Now, come on and tell me what you've discovered.
Ah, that was good. That was good. Yep, they do work well together. She's got the practical skills and he's got the knowledge. Alright, so go to Brass Fortress. Okay. Oh, stand there.
Are you sure about this, Comet? Remember what happened to your mother?
With the Outsider's help, that treasure is as good as mine. Then everyone will see that the prognosticator is a fraud.
Something's going to happen to him.
When I asked you to help Comet, this wasn't exactly what I had in mind. I want to see our people abandon the reckless pilgrimage to the Grand Prognosticator. But going after the treasure is just as dangerous, maybe even more so.
Can you tell us anything about the lost treasure? Like, where it is?
Comet seeks to replace one foolish pilgrimage with another. Very well. I can tell you that the treasure exists. I've seen the wreckage of the merchant caravan myself, but getting close enough to recover it, impossible.
Why do you say it's impossible to reach the treasure?
Because of the massive fabricate that prowls the area. Gear Grinder is bigger than 3 brawny Nords and 100 times more dangerous. It slaughtered the pilgrims that attempted to recover the treasure. I was the only survivor.
Right, so I reckon that's going to take me about 30 seconds, less, maybe less to take out. God, bloody hell, my ego. You must tell this one. Where can we find the wreckage of the merchant caravan?
I'm still uncomfortable with all this, but I can see that you and Comet are determined. The wreckage lies scattered far to the south, near the mountains that form the southern border of the radius. Gear Grinder is a killer. Please, keep Comet safe.
Thank you. This will not have anything happen to Comet. You know, if anyone's going to kill him, it'll be me. Let's summon the gruesome twosome. Oh, I've already got them out. Oh, weird. Okay, Clockwork Crossroads. Okay. Which I believe is that one. Oh, I see where I've got to go on the map. Yeah, it's due south of there. The craft. You need to locate an appropriate crafting station. Good evening. And these can be found in most towns and sometimes even in the wilderness. Yeah, the ones in the wilderness tend to be the more sort of unique ones that allow you to build specific items. Good thing is you can duplicate those if you have the right item. So you can like make a whole entire bank of them, like in your guild house or something like that, which is great. Alright, so we are heading this way. Where am I going? I am going... Oh, I see where I'm going. Yep. Up here? Let's go along here. I think I had something trying to... Where is he? Oh, he's over there. Right, what's happening?
That creature. It's even worse than Palbatin told us. Look, I appreciate all the help, but I don't want to see you die on my behalf. Are you sure you can deal with that beast?
That's right. Valen can take care of Gear Grinder, but what will you be doing?
I'm no warrior, you know that. Without you, we wouldn't have gotten this far.
Oh.
That creature, no warrior, you know that. Without you, we wouldn't have gotten this far.
Okay. Yeah. I had a feeling that if I haven't come along, he's going to die. Which I don't particularly want. Still not seeing what this creature looks like. Oh, I'm going back this way for some reason. Okay, so where is it? Well, that's just the general fabricant. Although it does have some nasty teeth on it. That's some of those. Alright, so what's his finger look like? God, that's a ship crash deal, isn't it? Oh no, it's a caravan. No, it's coming to view now. Really? That's what they were afraid of? Although, to be fair, I am a borderline demigod by this point, so... You know what? It didn't even attack me. Perfectly fine. I know if I'd have brought him along, he would have triggered it off. That's probably what it is.
You did it! Thanks to you, we found the lost treasure. This proves the prognosticator isn't an oracle. It's just a machine. And not a very good one at that. Now I can show the people of Slagtown that we're not prisoners to destiny.
So let me just check. This is the treasure you wanted.
Yes, my friend. Spices. Wonderful, delicious spices. That's the most valuable treasure of all, when your diet consists of nothing but flavorless paste. This will not only improve our lives, it will show my people that our fate is not set in stone.
You make it sound like these spices are worth their weight in gold.
More than that, spices are as rare as a blade of grass in a city of metal.
True.
Wealthy mages and apostles will pay dearly for such a tempting treat. But I need to be cautious. Others will try to steal this treasure. I need to hide it to keep it safe.
Okay. And how can Velen help? And why are you the one who gets all this? Why shouldn't I be the one getting the cash?
Return to Slagtown and meet me there. Then we can show my people how we changed the outcome of the prognosticator's prediction and improved my destiny. I just wish my mother had lived to see this day.
Okay. Brass Fortress Way Shrine. Yeah, well, why can't I be the one who makes the money? Eh? You know, get an agent to do it for me. The agent takes their cut. They still make a fair bit of cash, but you know, I'm the one who did the work. I'm the one who found the core. I'm the one who went up to that creature and didn't attack it and managed to get the spices. Why didn't he get all of it? Ooh. If only there was an option. No, I'm supposed to be playing as a hero. Let's do this the proper way. Oh, no, wrong one. Where is he? Oh, he's up there. Okay. Yeah, honestly, dude, you're not going to hide it here.
I've called a few people together so I can tell them what we've done. Hopefully, word will then spread throughout Slagtown and all of the Brass Fortress. I couldn't have done this without your help, my friend.
You really think you can convince them to abandon the pilgrimage?
I have to. For their sake and for the memory of my mother. I need to show them that their fate is in their own hands. I received the same dire prophecy, but I found the treasure and changed my destiny. So can they, if they're willing to listen.
I'm sorry. Who found the treasure? Fine, whatever. You can do it. Just tell them the truth. And speak from the heart.
Heart. That's not something you hear a lot about in a place that runs on gears and cogs.
Luis.
Here, this is your share of the treasure. You earned it.
Alright. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Didn't mean to do that.
People of Slagtown, I bring you a revelation. The prognosticator lies, but we can change our fortunes. We have free will.
It's not really a crowd.
The apostles say there's no such thing as free will.
What you're implying is heresy, Comet.
Is it heresy to speak the truth? I performed the pilgrimage. I received the usual grim fortune that predicted I'd be poor until I died. But that future is a false future. I refused to accept that fate, and I changed it. And if I can do it, so can you.
Oh, really? You look just as destitute as you did yesterday, Carmid. Maybe even more so.
I found the lost treasure of the Radius. I made a deal to sell some of the spices, and this is the contract. I'm rich!
So we can change our fate? The future isn't a set sequence?
We have to tell everyone. Common changed the future. The prognosticator was wrong.
Why am I getting the feeling this is actually going to cause problems later on? Really am getting the feeling this is like, yeah, we've messed with destiny or fate, and it's Maya Mechanica. Okay, head to the Maya Mechanica, wherever that is. That is, I believe. Where is it? There we go. Yeah, definitely got the feeling that it's like something's gone wrong. Or more people are going to die. He might get stabbed for going against it. There could be anything, or somebody could try and get his contract. Like, there could be. Again, it's just that fate doesn't like it when you tinker with their plans. I've seen Final Destination. Oh, flip. There's a question. How do I get down there? Yeah, fate, destiny, whatever we call it, does not like it when its plans get tinkered with. Except under very specific circumstances. Ooh, more shiny things. Wait. Oh, right, you really? Oh, wait. Fate, destiny. And oh, what's it? Oh, what's that Thanos quote? What's the Thanos quote about, you know, destiny still arrives? Oh, I'm trying to remember it now. Dread it. Run from it. Destiny still arrives. Oh yes, we're now going to Nocturnal.
You're here! Gates closed!
Oh, I just remembered as well. Speaking of Thanos and Marvel, I hope you've seen the latest mega trailer that Marvel put out only a couple of days ago. If that's...
Yes, this is it. Everclone. Follow me.
That build up, and then boom, 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 boom. Like, yeah, the Eternals, like Eternals. Oh, hello, Doctor Strange. Freaking yes. All the other ones as well. 10 Rings, and then that last scene, that last flipping scene. That was a no spoilers. If you've not seen it, go and watch it. Whoa. I spoke to a couple of friends about it and went, did that last scene mean what I think it means? To which they replied, yes. Yes, it does. Marvellous. So yes, that pleased me greatly, that did. That really did please me knowing about that, seeing that happen. Oh. Oh, I see. Oh, following the river. Okay. Yeah, that was a damn fine trailer. So many good films coming out in the next year, 2 years now. It's just like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the DC stuff. I do enjoy watching it. But I always found DC seems to work better. This is obviously my opinion, and I'm not going to disparage anybody who disagrees with me on this one, but I personally believe that DC works better on their TV shows, whereas Marvel, up until recently, has always been about the films, but their shows have been getting damn fine. Like WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and what's due to come out in about 2 months, about a certain Asgardian. You just saw Wonder Woman 1984. Oh dear.
Left, Featherless! Always left!
But again, I haven't seen it yet myself, but if you had to rate it on a 1 to 10 scale, how would you rate it? I'm just trying to keep an eye on stuff that's going on around here now. 6.5 to a 7. Okay. That's one of the sort of ones that when it's a 7, it's like, you might like it, you might not. Probably not going to...
Closed! You'll have to find another way round.
It sounds like it's probably not going to win any awards, but will definitely be worth sort of having a look when it could have been better. Called action scene. Okay. That seems to be the general consensus that I've seen about it. You know, again, no one's really spoiled things, but it's like, you may like it, you may not. It'll be one of those sort of films that you might really, really enjoy. You might not. I think it's one I'm not going to go out of my way to watch it, but if it's like everyone like Netflix or Prime or whatever, and I've got like a free Sunday afternoon or something, then yeah, I probably will end up watching it at some point for sure. But in terms of films, oh yeah, I'm not going to lie, I am well and truly sold to Marvel when it comes to that. Some films, not as much, but yeah. I mean, the Loki show, I think that has, again, just from the trailer alone, got me hyped. Cinemas are going to be crowded once the pandemic's over. Yeah. I'm still happy that there is a cinema within reasonable walking distance for me. And I'm really looking forward to be able to go back to it. But at the same time, like, I don't want to be around other people. It's like, yeah, could I just have the cinema all to myself, just for one film? That'd be grand. Like when I went to see Godzilla King of the Monsters. Not a bad film. I actually quite enjoyed it. One of the sort of ones I'm thinking, yeah, it's not going to win any awards, but you know what? I don't care. I just want some entertainment, and I just want to sit down and watch a giant monster film. And there was literally one other person in the cinema with me, because I went like practically right as they opened, sort of thing, and he'd be living very close to one, and it's just like sitting there thinking, yep, I can stretch out, I can fidget, and it doesn't piss out anyone else. I don't have someone sitting right in front of me, shining a phone light right into my chuffing eyes, and things like that. So it's like, yeah, you know what? If there's only a couple of other people, that's fine. But one day, just one day, I would love to go to see a film and literally be the only person sitting in there. And other people can be like, oh, that's half the fun. It's like, no. If it's me and my friends, yeah. But I just would love to just sit in a cinema, spread myself out, popcorn, nachos, the dream of every cinema goer. Oh, definitely, yeah. 100% definitely. There was I can't try to think who it was. I think it was like the Odeon one I used to go to before my local cinema opened up in the Greenwich Peninsula, and it was a pretty big cinema. And they used to have a promotion where like you could spend like your loyalty points or something when you'd have like a private showing of any film that they had that was on like going at the time, like whenever it was. So you couldn't watch any film, but if it was on their roster, you basically it's like you and up to however many friends that you want to bring along can have a private showing or competition like I think it's like once a month if that. And it's like friggest. Never won anyone, unfortunately. But that would be living the dream. Because they had also as well really good seats. Like I'm talking mega comfortable seats. The sort of ones where I could just sit into them and it would almost merge into my body. They were so damn comfortable. They were like twice the width of like a normal chair as well, so I could sort of curl up if I wanted to. Plus they had dirty great big armrests. So even if there was somebody sitting in the thing next to you, you could both share the same armrest and your arms will not touch. Plus also a big spot for like your popcorn, your drinks and things. And freaking hell, I loved going there because of those things and because of the way it was cordoned off as well. They had you can get access to it by going through like their waiting area, and you could have like free popcorn, nachos, bottles of drink, and at a premium. Obviously, you have to pay for it, but you could have like a little drinky as well. And I can remember going to see, I think it was one of the Lord of the Rings. Which one was it? Was it the Two Towers? Yeah, it was the Two Towers, and it's like just sitting there, and I had a double JD and Coke, big old thing of popcorn, big old thing of nachos, and I'm just sitting there just going. Yeah. It was like a Christmas treat for myself. Freaking I love that. Whereas my local cinema doesn't have like those premium packages, I worked out that once I get the ticket, plus the drinks and the nachos and stuff like that as well, it all worked out to about the same price. There I'm for myself. Okay. I mean, the seats are pretty comfortable as well. They're not as big as the other one because it's obviously it's a smaller cinema. Birthday cinema visit, yeah, that's the thing as well. Because for the last, obviously ignore the last 2 years, but always about a week or so before my birthday, they would bring out a big Marvel film. Like it would have been like the Avengers or Endgame or Doc Strange or anything like that. And my thing was just to, as you say in chat there, just to go to the cinema. Yep. Give me my body weight in nachos and popcorn. Thank you very much. And let's go and watch that. Yes, indeed. Happy belated birthday. There's a lot of birthdays this time of year. A lot. It was on opening day and went again. That makes sense. I always try to go for the earliest one myself, and there was. What was it? I think it was Endgame. Yeah, it was Endgame. And we were all coming out of the cinema. And there was there's like me and a few other guys and peeps in the lift, because there was a lift going up to like the galley thing. And we were all just sort of standing there in the elevator, just looking at each other going, well. Sort of like, yeah. And then, of course, went and say something, and then the doors open. Of course, there's people queuing up to get in. So it's like, right, like, don't say anything, don't say anything, don't say anything, don't say anything. And I pretty much just like, don't even look at people. Just go straight to the exit. Straight to the exit. Nope. Go to the bathroom, then go to the exit. And like, again, on the bus home. Yes. And then the funniest bit was getting off the bus, like, to go, because I really needed some food as well. We said, let's go to McDonald's. And as I'm going into McDonald's, there was like some like teenagers going, "Oh my god, I can't believe they killed Iron Man off," and like, really? If I hadn't seen the film, I think I may have killed you. Metaphorically speaking. So let's take a moment to appreciate this landscape. Look, it's weird, you know, coming up here now and seeing this, and there's no spinny about things in the sky. Feels very weird. Oh, are we still in the... Yep. Yep, we are. We're still in Nocturnal's realm. Drop down here a little bit. Oh, that's a cool transmutation they've got. They look like a freaking dryad. That's cool. Seriously, that is really freaking cool. Oh, that's got one of the new things that's come out. There's a new crown set that's come out, and that is cool. If I was playing like a druid-like character, that's exactly the sort of thing I would end up having. Oh, some slang. Got to go up here by the looks of it. I'll deal with the... So I said a Daedra Heart, lovely. Well, this could be a good area if I wanted to farm Daedra Hearts. Assuming I can get back here afterwards. A husk. Okay.
Do your worst, Night Hag. You'll get nothing from me.
Surprise!
Interlopers. No. I will not be interrupted.
Alright, finally be killed then.
Thank you. I'm unaccustomed to being captured. A Shrike captain wouldn't defend just anything. This must lead back to the city. Follow me.
Alright, here we go. Yeah, just don't tell anyone about that whole vampire thing, you know. I want to keep it on the damn low. Layers of layers, wheels within wheels. The Clockwork City has many levels, each with specific functions, often including adaptive instrumentality. I couldn't pronounce that word properly.
I recognize this place. These are the tunnels that lead to the Cogidum. Looks like the Factotums put up a fight when the Shadow came through. Not enough, it seems. There, the Shadow's ward.
Alright. Oh, blimey. Yeah, that's doesn't look good, does it?
Liquid shadows. Some kind of nocturnal blight. I've never seen the like.
Nocturnal. Oh, she's poking her nose in here at some point.
Wait, I remember. Lord Set taught me a spell long ago. He said it would guide me through the darkness one day. I couldn't find a use for it then. But now...
It's like he knew.
Yes. He said that logic and wisdom would part the shadows of doubt.
Ooh. Nice.
It worked. How could he have known? Never mind. Meet me at the entrance to the Cogidum. We have work to do.
That was a nice little trick you did there. Right, now she's behind me. No, I thought she was going to teleport.
I don't often admit surprise, but I'll be candid. That was one of the weirdest journeys of my life. And I've lived a very, very long time.
Okay, I wouldn't. How old are you? No, no. The gentleman never asked a lady that question.
With the shadow barrier removed, we can move freely between the Brass Fortress and the Coggadum again. Now we have a Daedric prince to thwart and a god to save. I hope you're ready.
Yeah, I've saved a god before. Killed one. Do dragons count as gods? Yeah. You know what? Fine. My list of accomplishments is just going to be a lot.
Tighten that armor and sharpen your weapons. Entering the Coggadum Centralis can prove deadly on the best of days. This is far from the best of days.
What should we expect inside the Coggitum?
Beyond whatever Daedric horrors the shadow left in its wake? The Coggadum shifted into its strongbox configuration as soon as the alarm sounded. So now we have to contend with inaccessible platforms, hostile factotums, unleashed fabricants.
You think the defenses might slow the shadow down?
You know I don't put much stock in hope. Sotha's seal prepares for every conceivable eventuality, but the shadow is Sotha's seal. It's difficult to create countermeasures for yourself. We can't count on Sotha's seal. This task falls to us. Are you ready?
Yeah, why not?
The shadow's got to be approaching the throne by now. We have to hurry.
Okay, let's go and rescue another god. Wait, in the first part of this arc, we rescued and helped out Vivek. Now we're helping out Sofa Seal, because I know that Summerset is part of the same arc. Does this mean we're going to meet Alamaxia? Complete the trilogy.
The defense system locked down the bridge. Slag it. I can use this terminal to unlock it, but the alarm cut the power. Looks like it has 2 charging junctions. I need you to find 2 core pumps. Can you do that?
I think so.
One other thing. There's a master factotum down here called...
Greetings. I am Ios. Please be advised. The sacred Coggatum Centralis is currently sealed. I kindly encourage you to exit the Coggatum immediately. Thank you for your compliance.
Is this their version?
Not going to happen, Ios.
Is Ios their version of Alexa? That'll be... I prefer Alexa to GLaDOS. So we'll go the long way around, I see. Of course. Should have guessed that, really. Of course I'm going to... Oh, hello. Bookshelf, yep, bookshelf, yep. Deal with these ones. Oh, nope, stand up, thank you. Honestly, if you could have GLaDOS as my Alexa, that would be great. Oh, see, that's what they should do. They should make, you know, like voice packs and things like that for that kind of thing. That would be, you know, like they used to do with the old sat-navs where you could like change someone's voice. Like, you should have changed here, you monster. That would freak people out, especially if you didn't tell anyone. You know, you just, yeah, I'm just gonna use your Alexa for something. They're like, yeah, fine, and then suddenly GLaDOS comes out speaking out of it. That would, especially if you knew who GLaDOS was. Oh, that would be hilarious. See, if I was going to be able to do that, I would have Hal from 2001. But unfortunately, you probably wouldn't be able to get... I'm sorry, I can't do that, Chris. That would freak me the feck out the first time that happened. But if I couldn't have Hal, then I would have... I forgot what her name is now. Marjo Roddenberry from Star Trek. So I could talk to my computer and be like, computer.
It's working. Try to find the second terminal.
Things like that, you know, actually, especially if I integrated it with a, what do you call it, a LCARS system as well. That, although that would probably be expensive because of the copyright on it, but I think I'd be tempted. I probably would end up paying for it. If it was a one-off, yeah. If it was a subscription, but a one-off, yeah, I'd do that. But for a laugh, yeah, having Hal as my. I could technically have an Alexa, but I'd only be able to use it on my Kindle, which is not really much point at the moment. The idea has. I wouldn't lie if I said the idea has crossed my mind from time to time. Let's go again. That's also another one of those sort of things as well that is, I know some people mock, but if you have, you know, like, should we say, like disabilities or, you know, mobility issues and things like that, those voice command things can be very helpful. Like, you know, if like you want to see who's like knocking on your door because you've got like a camera set up or something like that, you can just say, Alexa, show me who's at the door, that kind of thing. And that way you don't have to, like, especially like if you're stuck in bed or something. It's a good idea. I just not sure if I'd be comfortable using it myself.
Well done. Now all I need to do is... There. The bridge is clear. I disabled the emergency protocol. It won't shut down the core's defenses, but we shouldn't find our path blocked like this again.
Okay,
Many of Master Seal's defenses still conform to strongbox protocols. Risk of severe laceration, incineration, and/or disintegration remains high.
Thanks for the advice.
Yep, this is the Clockwork City's version of GLaDOS. Not Cortana. The funny thing is as well, and then talking about AIs, is when I think I mentioned before that at some point I was like this close to going to university, but in the end I'm not 100% sure why. I think it's because it was like a load of pressure. I didn't want to go through with it. Kind of regretted it, but at the same time it's just like, you know what? It's not for everyone. The courses I was applying to, and I think I was provisionally accepted to one of them. It was many years ago. Was working in AI design. So yeah, I could have legitimately, you know, if I hadn't changed my mind, been working on things like HAL, Cortana, or GLaDOS, which. A few of my friends, when they found out about it, and that's a terrifying thought, you working on AI. So, what's the worst that could happen to me?
More shadows, even thicker than
Think about it.
Damn. The shadow banishing spell I used on the lift overtaxed my nerve junctions. We need to find another way through. Try throwing that switch.
That does not look pleasant.
I see something. Some kind of light burning away the corruption. A lamp. Like the one you used to expose the shadow.
Yes, the lights. Makes perfect sense.
When Soda Sill saved me, he said I would shine a light one day. Could this be... Questions for another time. Let's keep moving.
Yeah, he probably knew this was going to happen. He just probably never knew when it was going to happen. Because from what I can tell, Sofa Sill,
Are you brave and foolish?
Oh dear. As I was trying to say, from what I can tell, Sofa Sill is very, very intelligent. So it's like if anyone else could have figured out how to become a deity, it's him.
More shadows. Let's hope Sotha's seal had the foresight to install those lamps here too.
I like the way that burns away. That is cool. Okay. Ace of lightning. I suspect these have to be done in a particular order. Yep. Nice. Oh. I can hear a voice talking about something. Sounded borderline Emperor Palpatine just then. Something dark side. So I can hear it again. No, couldn't hear it again. Could have been the two guards talking or something. Oh, Axel. Yeah, that doesn't sound like important, does it?
Managed to banish my ship.
Oop.
Relish the victory while you can. It will take more than lamps to keep me from the throne aligned.
Throne aligned. That sounds important. Sounds very important. Oh, and there's a great big, that's a massive set of gears there. Oh, thank fudge, there is a lamp. So I'm going to go right down to the bottom. Okay. This is a big place.
You should be thanked. If you only knew the things Sotha's seal was capable of, you'd want to kill him too.
I don't want to kill him though. I mean, I'd rather not. I imagine that would have rather unpleasant repercussions if I did. I mean, for... I was wondering, but yeah. I had a feeling that was going to happen. This area just screams fight area. Yeah, called it. I can hear something. Alright. Okay, GLaDOS. Sorry, not GLaDOS. Hashtag legally distinct.
Greetings. This partition governs all Axel operations and gate controls. How can I assist you?
She needs you to lower the gate that blocks our passage to the throne room.
Evaluating access petition. Dreaming. Raindrops on glass. Wood smoke. Access granted. Please make swift progress to the throne room. Daedric corruption detected.
You know, every time we speak to one of those and they do something that we want them to do, they have those weird words and phrases that they say. Like, it sounds like almost nonsense, but seems like a password or something as well. Like,
You're close now, but not close enough.
oh, he's a big boy.
I will unlock this fool from the throne and claim what's mine.
Okay. Oh, we're still getting down even further. Bloody hell. How far down is this? Oh, lordy. Oh, blimey, I should have looked. That's all. So I'm guessing loads of good parts from this, and that just picked up a body piece that's worth 800 gold, which is nice. Okay, it looks like it's the ground floor. Well, it's the ground floor, the final floor. And of course, where we fight I'll say where we fight Seal, where we find him is going to be in there. Ooh, bookshelves. Bookshelves. Well, this is going to be interesting. Let's see what's in here. Let's see what the throne aligned is going to look like. Oh, okay. I was.
He's using the skeleton key to unseat the real Sotha seal. We cannot.
I see I'll have to deal with you perfectly to complete my task. Come then, face the darkness.
Nope.
We have to break the link.
I'm working on it. Oh, flip. He's a sneaky bugger. What?
Where did you... What are you doing?
Never mind where I came from. I'm keeping Seal alive, you ungrateful shrew. We can't let the shadow escape.
Just hurry. I can't hold the light for long.
Even now, at the end, you bicker. How predictable.
Nocturnal.
Here, Nocturnal.
Why do you struggle so? Do you not see that it's hopeless? Sleep now. Give in to the dark.
I can't hold it much longer. Get up, comrade. You have to turn the skeleton key now.
I will not yield. Go, friend. Do as Fear says. Unlock the throne. Free Sotha Seal.
Alright, Sotha Seal. Time to wake up, boyo. Oh, fucking hell, cat, you made me jump. Hello. Hold on.
You trespass, Erdra. The Clockwork City shall bear your weight no longer. Be gone.
You achieve nothing, little godling. The Triad lose upon Summerset shores.
Summerset?
All that is shall be ours.
Well done, my friend. Oh, enough theatrics, Luciana. On your feet. Luciana?
Oh no.
We should return to the surface. This is no place for mortals.
Can we at least take it? Can we at least take her body? Seriously, you're like a minor god or something. You've got to be able to do something. You know what? I'm just going to have a look around here now. Because this place is dope. It's a freaking jet engine on the side there. Fine. Also, Kat, your timing was perfect. That legit made me jump. can become a vampire or a werewolf. I know. Right. Sofa. And I keep hearing it in my mind as sofa, as in SOFA, as in like what you sit on.
The prisoner. At last. You are early. Or perhaps late. It makes little difference. I'm glad you've come. Tamriel owes you a debt.
Yeah, we'll just put that on the list of everything else that everybody owes me, okay? But you are fully restored?
Restored, yes. I reclaimed my shadow, and with it, knowledge of what transpired and what's to come. But those calculations will keep. I owe you a boon. Service, like all equations, demands precise reciprocity.
Oh.
What would you ask of me?
Okay. Oh. Now, assuming I only get one boon, but if I'm reading that right, I might be able to bring Luciana back. Ooh. And then you've got the skeleton key, which could be an artifact or item I could use. Or what kind of gift do you offer? You can give Velen power, or that could be skill points. Oh! I am going to cheat and see what these results mean. Because this is pretty big. Okay. It's as I suspected. Okay. Well, not exactly as I suspected. It's like, if I pick power, I will get a 150 experience boost for 2 hours, but Luciana will die. Or I can pick please save Luciana, and I will get a one-time item that gives me a 100% experience boost for 2 hours. I'm going to save Luciana because
Altruism, a rare trait. Luciana will die. If not here and now, then elsewhere and later. I can delay her death if you wish, but to what end? Consider carefully. Luciana means a great deal to me, but grief cannot be avoided, only deferred.
I get what you're saying, but you know, mortals, we all pass adventure at some point. But it's part of a mortal's job to try and defer that as long as possible. We know it will happen, but you know, what's the phrase they say from what do we say to the god of death? Not today. I'm not going to take this getting key, but I just want to ask about it.
Clever. At another time, in another place, I would gladly part with it. In truth, I have no interest in Daedric baubles. Unfortunately, the Shadow Queen still lurks on our threshold. I must send this key away. Farther than your feet can carry you.
I had a feeling it'd be something like that.
Altruism.
Okay. Khajiit's made up his mind.
Ask and you shall have it.
Save Luciana.
It is done. The recalibration may take some time, but the proctor will make a full recovery. I know she will put this gift to good use.
Nice.
Please, take this as well. A token from my personal collection. It is and always has been yours.
I mean, if it was like, say, a 300% bonus versus a 100% bonus, even then, it's like, I wouldn't have felt good about myself just knowing I could have saved her.
Strange. I spent lifetimes here in the world of tangible forms, but each time I emerge from the throne, it's like I'm seeing it for the first time. Broken, impoverished, beautiful.
See how he's got his arms as well. So of course Sofa Seal is basically a cyborg as well. What will you do now?
It seems I must delay my work for a time. When I reclaimed my shadow, I learned a great deal. Daedric plots, alliances and betrayals, the return of things lost in time, the loss of things the world thought certain. I have much to do.
Can Velen help? Or what do you need?
In the short term, I need Devaith Fear. He took his leave to attend to matters outside my fortress. I wish to speak with both of you in a more private setting. Please find Fear, and then meet me at the elegiac replication.
Right, well, then we'll find him, but don't expect him to pronounce that word again.
We will speak in time. First, find Devaith Fear. I wish for both of you to meet me at the elegiac replication, a memorial south of here. Our discussion should be away from prying eyes and ears, even those of my own people.
Khajiit would like to know, where is Luciana now?
You will find her in her retreat here in the Basilica. My factotums tend to her wounds even as we speak. Of course, you already know how this will end. I hope that knowledge brings you some measure of peace.
It does. That actually felt good. That kind of felt good, making that decision. Clockwork Crossroads. Yeah, there we go. Especially after how things ended last time with the astronomer. That was like, nope. If I have the option of saving someone's life, I will take it. I've done it before in games. Every time I have tried to set out to play, right, I'm going to play this character as an a-hole. That never lasts long. Or I end up being like, you know what, fine, I will be an a-hole only to get this certain thing, and then I work my butt off to do everything else. Like, even then I feel really bad doing it. It's like when I played I was playing a long time ago, The Witcher 3, and there was one particular quest, again, I'm going to keep things vague. I saw that. That's actually just, I forgot what I was going to say now. Go on, do it again. Scuttle. That's it. Oh, again, I really hope they don't. Yes, thank you. Something about The Witcher. I'm sorry, I got distracted by staying on my bug then. Yeah, there was one particular quest. And I don't know if anyone's familiar with it, or the Witcher universe, but there was one quest involving Yennefer. And I thought to myself, like, yeah, she's going to be okay with this particular decision. She's not going to react loudly. And the animation and the way the character reacted seemed so realistic, like to the point where I'm like, for a split second, it felt like I had just done something really bad to a real person. And like, you know what? I'm going to reload. I'm going to reload this bit, and I'm going to redo it again because I don't want to see it. I don't want to see Yen have that expression on her face ever again. That would break my heart.
Ah, my erstwhile companion. You look remarkably coherent. Most mortals caught in a Daedric tempest would suffer some lasting effects. I'm impressed. Baffled, but impressed.
Thank you. Sulfur Seal himself asked Valen to find you.
Already? I expected him to wait at least a week before summoning me. Seal's concept of time bears only a faint resemblance to our own. You should set out. I'll be along shortly.
By the way, where were you? Not that you weren't, we almost died nearly fighting the shadow.
You didn't, though. Bully for you. In truth, I sought an alternate route to the throne. Through the Everglow.
Yeah, we went there.
Unfortunately, Nocturnal detected my presence immediately. One of the few burdens of near-divine power. And difficult to miss.
Which is why we slipped through, because though we're powerful, we're still technically mortal, so we wouldn't show up on her metaphysical radar. Okay, I can work with that. She trapped you?
Trapped? No. Impeded, perhaps. Fortunately, Nocturnal's attention turned to you and the good Proctor when you defeated the Shadow. It gave me the opportunity to pinpoint the object of her fury. You. I followed her to the throne. The rest is history.
So yes, we can definitely put Nocturnal in the doesn't like the hero category. Okay, but fine, but I am now curious what you're doing out here.
Taking it all in, I suppose. Surely you won't begrudge me a moment of vulnerability.
Of course not.
This place, it is something. I sense that I won't return anytime soon, if at all. When you've lived as long as I have, that actually starts to mean something.
Okay, that sounds ominous. What is to keep you from coming back?
One can only marvel at a rival's triumphs for so long before that awe turns to resentment. And I have no time for petty jealousy. I have plans of my own, and countless realms to explore. I can't afford to linger anywhere for long.
Fair enough. Where am I going? I am going... Okay, so if I... No. Right, I see. Here we go. I don't know why, but just the scene of like around the walls like that just make me giggle. Especially when they do that whole standing on top of the mount thing. Alright. Okay, this is looking like it's close to where I'm going to go. Like Silver Seal's private garden, I think.
Thank you both for coming.
Of course, old friend. You seem troubled.
There's the Dryad again.
Perceptive as always. I do not wish to diminish your achievement, but Nocturnal's defeat here will be short-lived. What's more, she does not act alone. A third enemy looms at the edge of my sight.
Who?
Their covetous eyes are now fixed on the Summerset.
And that's how it leads into Summerset.
Should inform the rest of the Sijiks. They'll need to prepare.
I will inform them personally. I have a separate task for you, Devaith. Take the skeleton key. Keep it hidden for as long as you can. I trust that this task pleases you. After all, your love of such trinkets is what brought you here in the first place.
Sometimes I wonder if you see too much. I will keep it safe.
Farewell, Devaith. We will not meet again. I haven't visited this memorial for centuries.
Oh dear.
But even I need reminders every now and again.
I hope you mean that he's just going to keep wandering and not come back here, but... You know, sometimes you can be wrong, Silver Seal. You know what, fine. I'm just going to...
Do you like this place? It took me the better part of a decade to perfect it. Every stone and flower tells a story. Tales of how things were. how they ought to be. I thought about destroying it on more than one occasion. I'm glad I didn't.
Velen has questions.
I know. Ask and I will answer truthfully. Just know that the truth often fails to satisfy.
Fair, but I have to ask. Number one question. Who are you? Really?
You expect something grand, but I promised you the truth. I am only what time and circumstance made me. Son of a lost house, friend to a fallen king. Some will tell you that we are the product of our choices. I've never found that to be the case.
But you're supposed to be a god, right?
I am whatever the people need me to be. A guardian, an oppressor. For some, too distant. For others, too meddlesome. I am the canvas upon which they paint their dreams and resentments. A vessel for their hopes and doubts. A mirror. Nothing more.
This is a very vague, deliberately vague response. And honestly, if they hadn't given anything else apart from this sort of thing, I would have been a bit disappointed. Because if you told them, goes, yeah, actually my name's Bob, I come from Daggerfall, and I used to mend shoes, or something like that, that would be boring. This is more deliberately, religiously vague. This is the sort of thing you'd find in like a creation tome or something like that. But if you believe that, why even call yourself a god?
I don't. But my companions, Vivek and Almalexia, see their divinity as essential.
We're going to meet Almalexia.
Brings them joy and purpose. They find meaning
Calling it.
theatrical. Who am I to deprive them of that?
Speaking of Almalexia, what are your feelings on her?
Almalexia defies symbol analysis. I doubt she could even describe herself accurately. To understand Almalexia, you must first understand the value of fiction. Vivek fancies himself the poet, but in truth, AM is the greatest storyteller.
How so?
Vivek knows the boundaries that separate fact from fiction. He knows them so well that he's learned how to break them. He exists inside his verse, but recognizes the lies, the contradictions. He both does and does not believe his own tales.
Okay, that starts to make my head hurt trying to process that. But how is Almalexia different?
She believes her tales implicitly, as does everyone else. Her capacity for deception appears limitless. She sows lies like a master gardener sows seeds, and the harvest of trust and adulation is breathtaking in scope.
Does that bother you?
Not in the slightest. As I said, we are, all of us, bound by our nature. Almalexia does what she does because she cannot do otherwise. It will not end well. But then, even the best endings rarely bring joy.
Okay, I'm going to have to go through the other options as well, because this is some deep lore here. Okay. And what about Vivek?
Vivek is my brother. He knows my struggles, and I know his. That knowledge makes our relationship complicated. To truly know someone is as much a curse as it is a blessing.
What are his struggles?
Regret. We are bound by that, at least. He also suffers a kind of enslavement. Not unlike my own, in fact. Beauty holds the keys to his shackles. Beauty and a love of great works, great heights. His appetites are insatiable, thus his despair.
Despair?
Yes, a poet's despair. Vivek craves radical freedom, the death of all limits and restrictions. He wishes to be all things at all times. Every race, every gender, every hero, both divine and finite. But in the end, he can only be Vivek.
That is There's some quite deep philosophy type stuff there. I'm freaking loving this. And that is not enough to be a god hero?
Not even remotely.
Alright. So let's see if you'll answer this. What's the purpose of the Clockwork City? Oh no, this is frigging great. Like, I'm gonna lie, I'm probably gonna forget about 90% of this by tomorrow. But this is still good stuff. What is all this for anyway? The Clockwork City.
I sometimes ask myself the same thing. May I confess something to you?
Of course.
I suffer from a peculiar ailment. Shall I describe it? I bear the cruel weight of certainty. Total, absolute, relentless certainty. People rarely comprehend the luxury of doubt, the freedom that comes with indecision. I envy you.
Because he knows what's going to happen and how things are going to turn out. He's bored. I've seen this before in other stories where, like, somebody who has, like, you know, like the gift of prescience or foresight, that he becomes, and that to the level, I don't talk about, you know, like, oh, that leaf's going to fall or that pigeon's going to explode or something like that, but it's like more the, is this going to work? Now, sometimes for us mere mortals, we will do something and we're thinking, I'm not sure if this is going to work out. It's going to be fun finding out. I get the feeling, the vibe from this, that he might ask himself how this is going to work. This is what's going to happen. Ah, crap. I didn't want to know that. I want to be surprised. How's this going to work out? Oh, I've done it again. And it sounds like it's not something he can turn off. It's just as soon as he tries to figure something out, he knows if it will work or not. Or at least, oh, that's going to be... That sounds like... You think, oh, that's going to be great, but that, for an immortal being, that is borderline a curse. Mythbusters would be a lot less fun if you know the outcome of the experiment. Yeah, I mean, yes, you can sort of guess, say, yeah, or even, you know, like say for example, like watching the film. It's like, like say for example, the Doc Strange film that's coming out, the new one, and like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen. Oh, there you go. Oh, I know what's going to happen. Or, oh, what's going to happen in the new Loki? Oh, great, that's what's going to happen in the Loki show. Fudge. Stuff like that. You wouldn't get the excitement of, you just wouldn't be able to, you wouldn't get excited. Like, a friend that you've not seen in years that's like turning up, and you're like, oh my god, I've not seen you for years, this is amazing. You wouldn't get that excitement. It's like, oh yeah, Bob's going to be here in 5, 4, 3... Yeah, if you could turn that ability on or off, then maybe it would be interesting. But to have that on all the time, 24/7, that would be horrible. Didn't you just say that you're questioning whether the city is worth the effort?
Indeed. But such questions are flaccid. Cursory indulgences that come and go in an instant. The truth is that my actions, both good and evil, are inevitable. Locked in time. Determined by chains of action and consequence.
Ooh. Okay. If you've ever seen the film Watchmen, Dr. Manhattan, he says a very similar thing. He knows exactly what's going to happen, what the results of his, with 2, I think, exceptions, but that was some plot shenanigans. But he even turns around and goes like, yeah, I know exactly what you're going to do. I know what I'm going to do, and I can't change it. It's not a bad film. It's not a bad film. It definitely breaks a few of the tropes. It's, oh, I wish that was on I wish that was on Prime. That would be one I would love to watch again. And it's different to the book. It is definitely different to the book, and there's stuff in the book, the graphic novel, the comic, whatever you want to call it. It is different enough that, you know, there's some things that wouldn't work on the film. I can freely understand that. But honestly, there was, what sold it for me was Ozymandias, of the bit at the end with one of my favourite lines I have ever heard a character say in any film. It's just one line, and it just changed the entire view of that whole genre for me, because it was just like, wait, what? I have never seen I'm going to call Ozymandias a villain, although technically he's not a villain. That line, the one about 35 minutes. And I saw that at the cinema. I'm just sitting there just going, wait, what? Oh, even now, just thinking about it just makes me grin. So you were forced to build the Clockwork City.
Compelled. This city serves a noble goal. The redemption of Tamriel. The unification of competing forces. The destruction of the Daedra. Unfortunately, it is an endeavor built upon betrayal, untold horrors. Do you understand?
That's why the Daedra want this place, because it's one of the few things that ultimately could destroy them, or at least begin here. But the problem is, it's like, as he says, built on a lattice of corpses, which means loads of people are going to have to die before that happens. So, do you understand? That is lore-wise huge. Yeah. It says that the redemption of Tamriel, the unification of competing forces, the destruction of the Daedra. So it's gonna happen. And this will be the fulcrum because of it. Holy that is fucking huge. That really, no wonder Nocturnal and everyone else was like, we need that place, we need the power that's in there. But the downside is, Adera, the 9, are supposedly mortal, but Daedra almost, but yeah, they're like, I know Daedra aren't demons, but it's a good comparison to make for people who aren't really familiar with the Elder Scrolls lore. They are, they are kind of demons, but they're not necessarily evil. That's the thing. I mean, some of them are evil. I will fully admit to that. You know, old Molag Bal, he's a complete and utter beep. But then you've got things like Shea Goroth and everything else and stuff like that, who are just more neutral. And then you've got ones like Azura, who are arguably good, you might say. But yeah, I think I understand what he's saying. He's saying that, yeah, this is going to be important, but it's going to be unpleasant before we get to that point. So I'm going to say that actually I do kind of understand. Don't like it, but I kind of do.
Then I pity you.
Yeah. Now, this is Chris saying that, not the character, but yeah, I kind of understand that. Changing the subject, what did you want to talk to this one about?
I instructed Devaith to run from the battle that is to come. Now, I urge you to run toward it. Long ago, I brokered a truce with the princes of Oblivion. Princes to an oath that they would never again set foot on Tamriel.
I've just realised something. This is setting it up for the Gates of Oblivion. Holy fudge, they are setting this up so far ahead. Oh, I'm so glad I stopped asking these questions. I would have missed this otherwise. Oh, this is big. This is really, really big. And it's just a throwaway line. Okay. If that is true, how did Nocturnal attack us in the Cognitum? That place?
Nocturnal was not present when the princes signed the Cold Harbor Compact. Thus she flouts its restrictions. Now, this is important. Nocturnal does not act. 2 other princes lie in wait. Clavicus Vile and Mafala.
That's the 3 Daedra who are messing things up. That's who we're going to be dealing with in the next segment in Mephala. Because we've had Clavicus Vile, just dealt with Nocturnal. I'm calling it now. Mephala's going to be the next one in Summerset. She's going to be related to that. That's what I say. She, however way you can apply that to Daedra. And then there's going to be something big at the end of it, which will make sense because that's then leads into the Elsewhere arc, which I've really technically done half of. But then obviously it then leads into something. Oh, this is going to be big. Okay. Oh. But that line about the Daedric princes, don't say that. Velen already defeated Clavicus Vile in Vardenfell. Yeah. So we had Clavicus Vile in Vardenfell. Well, I say defeated. Nocturnal here. Yeah, Mephala's going to be in Summerset. She's got to be.
Defeated? Forgive my candor, but Clavicus Vile cannot be defeated through force of arms. Neither can Mafala.
So, what should we do?
I have preparations to make outside my clockwork realm. You must stay vigilant. Take heed of any Daedric incursions and stand ready to fight. The prisoner wields great power, making reality of metaphor. We will need you before the end.
Yeah, I'm going to ask. Why do you keep calling this one the prisoner?
A fool's hope, perhaps. I should explain. Look around you.
Mm-hmm.
All of this exists because it must exist. I stand here, in this place, in this moment, not because I wish to, but because I have to. A result of action and consequence.
So it's the Dr. Manhattan effect. Okay, yeah, we've established that. But would that not make you the prisoner?
Clever, but incorrect. The prisoner must apprehend 2 critical insights. First, they must face the reality of their imprisonment. They must see the determinative walls, the chains of causality that bind them to their course.
You have not done that.
I have, but I fall short of the second insight. The prisoner must see the door to their cell. They must gaze through the bars and perceive that which exists beyond causality, beyond time. Only then can they escape.
Well, we have done some time travel and done unpleasant things to the Wait, is it referring to that because we're not bound? We're getting to metaphysical territory here. You do not see the door?
I see only unsteady walls. If the people of Tamriel must exist inside this cell, I will make sure that the walls are stable, the gaps are sealed, and all who remain stay safe within it.
I think this is the one I've already answered, but I want to double check.
I sometimes ask myself the same thing. I suffer, indeed.
Yep.
Compelled. Then I pity you.
Okay, yeah, it was the same as before. Wait, Well, this one doesn't have any more questions because my mind is full of the fuck right now.
I've met few heroes like you. Very few. I take this matter of the Triad upon myself, but in truth, you may be the one that saves us. The prisoner who frees the world. We shall see. Farewell.
Okay, number one, I get a dope-ass bit of gear. That increases my magicka and the armor. Okay. Plus, I also get a Celestiodrome. Oh, it's one of those big glowy spinny orb things, and I get a skill point, which is dope. And off he goes. Okay. Holy shizballs, that was some deep ass lore there. As he says, the burden of knowledge, that has never been a more appropriate. Yeah, I'm gonna use that now. There we go. Ooh. Oh, can I not preview it? That'll be perfect for the... What's that? So you read that as a bit of meta commentary, as a full break almost. We, the player, have the option to close the game at any point. That's the door. Oh, that's good. Yeah, because we are not bound by fate. If we decide we just don't want to do anything, we don't have to do anything. If we want to go, if I want to go to some, like say, let's say elsewhere right now, I can do that. Cool. That is. I'm still reeling over that. That was some. And if I had, oof. Seriously, that was some Dr. Manhattan level stuff there. That really was. Okay, where am I going now? I'm going over there, right. Damn. Have I mentioned before how much I really freaking love this game? So I think now I'm just doing these side quests. Okay, I need to go to the Biomechanical Way Shrine. Okay. So you know what? I'm going to take a very quick diversion to my home in here because I want to put the two things I've got that I've got from this area, like in at least one of the buildings before I go anywhere further. Also, I want to have a look around this place again because it's dope. The observatory prices is like basically Sofa Seal's old home, or maybe his like summer place before he built the brass fortress. Lighting decorator. That's so freaking cool. Oh, I can turn. Oh yeah, of course, I've got the decorations here, haven't I? Yeah. No, I'll put him inside. I will put him inside. Okay, this will be a... Oh, look at these things. It's just like... Oh, I can turn the lights off? Yes. No, I can't go there. See, I'm thinking having him... Oh, that's where the observatory can go. Alright, so let's put him there. So he will be what? Encounter house guests, maybe? Training dummies. The precursor. Yep. So he's not exactly the like our big robot chum we met before, but oh yeah, I can have him. Can I? Oh, he can't. No, he's not. He's not a house guest, so he can't move around. Turn that off for a second. Yeah, obviously, the whole point is I can fight against him for combat. Yeah, the thing is that's got to go here. It's got to go here. What would we go under? That's the question. Yeah, this is the house guest. Yeah, so got that one. So I can have different things in each one, but I also have access to every single one as well. But because I've already got traditional versions used, I've got to be a bit more careful. What would this come under? Lighting? No. Library? No. Conservatory? No. Undercroft? No. Sacred pieces. There's some yarn. Pipes. Tools. Miscellaneous. Come with the miscellaneous. Environment? No. Library? Half. Gallery. All the things we need so plus there. Trophies. Busts. Displays. Here we go. Oh, it's tiny. It's tiny and babby. Right, I want to get this lined up. I want to get it lined up with that bit. So if I put it there. Ah, fudge. Okay, so I want it to be sort of lined up with that bit there and the other thing. So, oh, this is going to annoy me otherwise. If it's off center, it will hurt. It will psychically hurt me. Here we go. I'm gonna leave because that will hurt. Okay. Was there things? Was there an upstairs and a downstairs for this bit? I can't remember. Oh yeah, the laboratory. I think there was an upstairs and a downstairs bit, wasn't there? Oh yeah, there we go. Sub-level. Oh, this is dope. I forgot how freaking dope this looks with the these things. Like you expect something to be like floating around in there, like kill me. Yeah, this is perfect for like a laboratory. Apples. What? I can turn the lights on and off. God. Nope. Okay. The crossroads because the temptations to try and jump off of there is quite high. Okay, I've got a feeling that next session, like it's coming Thursday, might be when get to the Summerset part of stuff. Not confirmed, but certainly feels that way. But this wasn't a huge DLC expansion, this thing, but let's have a chicken. There you go. Where am I going? I am going... It would be easier for me to go to my... Fine, I'm going to the wrong one. There you go, let's try it that way. That's better. Yeah, it's saved me like a good couple of minutes journey then. Sherazar. Oh, hello.
This year he'll select me. Welcome, friend. Come, join our celebration on this glorious and special day.
Why is today so special?
Today is the day that Lector Naril declares a new apprentice. I've improved my botanical knowledge and skills considerably since the selection day last year. I hope he sees how much I can help him in his work.
Wait, apprentice? What is this place?
The Everwound Wellspring, a wondrous oasis in this mechanical desert. Sotha Seal created the place, but the Lector made plants grow in the metallic soil. Once every year, he distributes food and chooses an apprentice. You should come with me and see.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Got nothing better to do.
In the past, the wellspring was accessible to everyone.
But
Lector Narl sealed the place and started the tradition of the annual harvest and apprentice selection.
Okay.
Oh no, so many hopefuls. The gears just have to align in my favor. They have to.
Faithful of Sotha Seal, you may enter to collect this year's harvest in a moment, but first, I shall name my new apprentice.
Where is he?
Sherazar, the Everwound Wellspring welcomes you as its new apprentice. The rest of you, come in and claim your portion of the harvest.
Thank the great gear. Let's go inside.
I'm getting the vibe that something's not right here. Of course, it wouldn't be a game if there wasn't, but at the same time... Oh, you're woken up. I see.
Factotums will continue to gather the harvest and bring the containers here. In the meantime, use the lift and come see our oasis.
We are back. I have almost Pavlovian responses with these things. Oh, there he is. Hello.
I always share a few words of advice with the hopefuls that weren't selected before I take the new apprentice under my wing. The Everwound Wellspring provides excellent opportunities for the novice apostles.
Please tell this one about the Everwound Wellspring.
You must be one of the new arrivals I've heard so much about.
In
the Clockwork City, the soil, the flora, the fauna, it's all composed of gears and pistons and metal. It's like that everywhere. Everywhere, that is, except here.
Why is the Wellspring different?
Because Sotha Seal set the wellspring in this metallic desert and blessed it with a reservoir of water. An exceedingly rare thing in the Clockwork City. He planned to create an oasis, but moved on to other projects before the task was done.
Well, if the oasis wasn't finished, where does the harvest come from?
We had water and a pressing need. It didn't take me long to figure out how to make actual living plants grow in this artificial soil. Now, save your questions and let me show you some of the wonders of the Everwound Wellspring.
Should be enough.
Come, everyone. Follow me into the viewing garden.
he seems genuine, but what's about to go wrong?
My friends, the wellspring enjoyed a bountiful harvest. Let me show you how we accomplish our miracles.
Okay. Wow. You weren't kidding, legit plants.
Simulated sunlight allows our trees to produce fruit sweeter than the orchards of Vardenfell.
Is this a form of hydroponics? Must be. Because he said water and light.
These pipes carry an alchemical solution that nourishes our plants.
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually starting to see how this could be a legit thing.
Factotums harvest the plants and pack them in special containers to keep them fresh before we distribute them to Clockwork City.
Okay.
We take clippings from the most robust plants to produce stronger varieties. Someday, we'll be able to grow plants outside these walls.
Makes sense.
Every season, we share our bounty and select a new apprentice from among the
Ken.
goddess apostles. By the way, where did my new apprentice wander off to?
I don't know. I was distracted with your rather riveting talk, and that wasn't sarcasm. I was quite interested in it.
My new apprentice, Sherazar. Where did she disappear to? Oh, she's off to a bad start. A very bad start.
Do you want for them to go find her?
And have 2 novices wandering around the oasis unsupervised? Very well. Go find Sherazar and return to me with all due haste. Quickly now. The work of the wellspring can't wait for an idle apprentice.
I'm going to have to ask now. A new apprentice every year? Why do you need so many?
My program provides an opportunity to work outside the Clockwork Basilica. Lets them try their hand at something different. Besides, keeping the wellspring going requires a lot of bodies. You'd be surprised at what's required to make my plants grow.
I really, really hope that's not literal. I really hope that was not a literal thing. Because if so, that's quite worrying. Okay. How do I get up there? Oh, there we go. Fungal workshops. Fungus. Oh, there she is. Hello.
This was supposed to be a special day, but it turned out all wrong. There's something not right with this oasis.
Okay. What makes you think there's something wrong with the oasis, apart from, oh, I don't know, almost everything?
Sometimes a gear slips or a cylinder throws a piston. This place reminds me of that. Specifically, I saw my old friend Shirhari down one of the corridors. When I tried to go talk to her, the factotums blocked my path. They drove me off.
Why would the factotums do that?
That's the question, isn't it? And it's the reason I have a bad feeling all of a sudden. Why restrict where an apprentice can go? And why refuse to let me talk to Shirhari? It makes no sense.
Well, Elector Naril sent Velen to find you. Maybe he can explain things.
No, I'd rather speak to Shirhari.
Excuse me?
I know her. I trust her. Lector Naril? He's still a stranger to me. Will you help me get past the factotum so I can talk to my old friend?
Sure, why not? Okay. Those are big mushrooms. Wow, that was easy. You just literally just walk up to her. Alright.
Sherazar. Oh, this one purrs at the sight of you.
Hello.
So good to see you too, Shirhari.
You shouldn't wander the wellspring unsupervised. It's dangerous. The factotums don't respond well to visitors they haven't been formulated to recognize. And the fabricants, they're just mean.
Sherazar's the wellspring's new apprentice.
A new apprentice? Really? But what does Shirhari know of such things? This one works in the dark and grows fungi, molds, and mosses. The Lector keeps me too busy for other concerns.
Sherazar thinks there might be some sort of problem at the Oasis.
Shirhari doubts there's anything sinister going on. So the seal blessed the wellspring with water, and Lector Naril's alchemical solutions make it possible to grow plants. It's good to see Sherazar, though. We could use the help.
What about the apprentice selected last year?
Apprentice? Sherazar is the first new apprentice to enter the wellspring in years. The Lector stopped selecting apprentices after poor Cathal's accident. At least, that's how this one understands things. I suppose Idrono might know differently.
Who is Idrono?
Idrono works with Shihari. He attempts to grow non-fungal plant life in harsh conditions. Since you're going to speak to him, could you bring along some of my mushrooms? But not the poisonous ones. He hates those.
Right, and we'll gather some mushrooms and bring them.
Idrono will be grateful for the fungi samples, even if he seems agitated. He gets that way during the harvest. Make sure to bring him safe ones, though. My notes can help you identify the various types we grow.
Can you formulate the factotums so they do not attack us?
No. Only the Lector can do such things. But perhaps this one has the next best thing. My plaque of safe passage. As long as you carry it, the factotums should leave you alone. Take it. It won't stop fabricants, however, so be wary of those beasts.
Okay, so we'll keep the humanoids off our back, but not the beast ones. Okay, but will you be alright without your plaque?
Shirhari will be fine. There is much to do right here, and the factotums are formulated to recognize me. The plaque is a precaution, for the most part. This one will get another one before the next work cycle begins.
Ah, I understand. It's like you sort of, oh no, I appear to have, Oop. I took a big straight there, didn't mean to do that. Gather mushrooms, okay. Fungal state, oh yeah, gotta make sure I get the right ones. We'll get the B types. There you go. And then I can find the G type. Got to make sure I get the right shrooms. You know, we want the ones that will allow us to speak to God and not make us go blind for 6 years. There is it, the G. Oh, that's oh, I've got to make sure I got my glasses on. Yeah, it does say G type. Okay. That's C, F, there's the G. Now I've got to find the E types. F, E. Excellent. I think once this quest is ended in will be when I'm ending it for the night. Just cheese it past that one.
New apprentice, if you can hear my voice, step to the nearest speaking tube this instant.
Oh, Adriano?
A new apprentice? How curious. And are those samples of Shirhari's mushrooms?
Yes.
Excellent. I've been anxious to taste the new harvest. Texture similar to guar hide. Flavor equivalent to wet moss. Not what I hoped for.
Well, speaking of apprentices, we were curious about the last few that were selected.
Interesting question. As far as I know, no new apprentices have entered the wellspring since Garthel's accident. But I have a bigger concern. At least Shirhari can grow mushrooms. My plants refuse to live no matter what I do.
Excuse me. But the wellspring produced a bountiful harvest. You are doing something different here, yes?
Of course. Lector Narl tasked each of us with a different experiment. I'm attempting to grow plants without the benefit of the simulated sunlight. I haven't had any success so far, but someone has to tackle the difficult experiments, I suppose.
Man, that's going to be difficult. Plants kind of need light to photosynthesize. But simulated sunlight?
Lector Narl developed it using techniques he still refuses to share. The simulated sunlight provides nourishing energy that makes most of the plants we grow thrive.
UV lamps.
Plants, mind you. Oh, no, that would ruin the experiment.
Is there anyone else we can ask about the other apprentices?
Oh, Towen's been with Lector Narl the longest. She might know something more. You'll need to cross my garden to reach her. Just watch out for the blasted fabricants. They keep eating my plants and clogging up the gears.
Alright, thank you.
I just don't understand why my plants won't grow while Shihari and Otoan have no trouble making things bloom. It's an absolute annoyance. And so are those fabricants. Feel free to smash them to bits on your way through the garden.
Please tell Velen about the accident.
What's to tell? Gathal died. Happened in Lector Narl's private workshop. We're not allowed in there anymore. Now let me think. I need to figure out how to make my plants do something. Anything other than wither and die.
Well, that sounds, sounds like he's having a rough time. Okay. So I need to go to... there. Use the elevator.
New apprentice, if you can hear my voice, step to the nearest speaking tube this instant.
I don't think he's talking about me. Maybe he might be, you don't know. Apprentice?
Interruptions are counterproductive. The 7th law of Gears teaches us that. Well, since you've already distracted me, you might as well tell me what you want.
Okay. Idrono said we should talk it to you about...
Idrono? His experiment was doomed from the beginning. You can't grow plants without a source of nourishing light. My plants thrive thanks to the use of Lector Narl's simulated sunlight. But I wasn't informed we were getting new apprentices.
I saw the trailer for that the other day, the Bad Batch. When I resub, yeah, that's going to be on my to-watch list. Does do I receive new apprentices at this time every year?
That was the practice until Gathal died. Then the Lector sealed his private workshop and gave us these experiments to conduct while he perfected his simulated sunlight. It makes our annual harvest possible. If there were other apprentices, I'd know.
Well, Lector Narl selected Shirazar, and Shirazar saw Mariko get selected last season.
I suppose Lector Narl could have more apprentices toiling in his private workshop. He keeps numerous secrets, so what's a few more? You can enter the workshop through the busted vent over there. Ignorance of his rules might grant you some leeway.
Okay, thank you.
Lector Narl's private workshop.
Oh. I just made a minute to rest it on there, not click it. Oh well. That didn't sound good. I'll go down here, I see.
I'm very disappointed, Sherazar. Shirhari's plaque of safe passage has been rendered inoperable. Now, return to me immediately.
Okay, so we've got to fight them now. Fine. Pokemon in his office. Maybe.
Captain Narl's a clockwork apostle. He must keep meticulous notes. We need to examine. That's the story of how the Everwound Wellspring was created. Lector Naro picked up where Sotha Seal left off. The early experiments failed, even though Lector Naro perfected his alchemical solution. I wonder how they solved the problem.
I'm leaning towards he used organic matter, shall we put it? Let's deal with these buggers first. You know, the old Soylent Green approach, shall we say? Right. Oh, nothing says in there.
I never knew what went into making the wellspring work. I wonder how they finally got the simulated sunlight to nourish the plants.
Success out of tragedy. Here we go. Simulated sunlight require. Here we go. Our simulated sunlight inductor requires life to nourish life. Yeah. Gaffer was too zealous his application of the draining device. All his life force fed into the inductor, leaving nothing to provide power. Prodigy was dead, blah blah blah. Yeah. So that was kind of it.
The source of the simulated sunlight is the life force of the missing apprentices? That's horrible. We need to see what's inside Naro's private workshop.
I kind of saw that coming.
That machine, is that the inductor? The apprentices, it sucked the life out of them.
There's lots of generally green glowy things like this are not a good sign.
This is the Lector's simulated sunlight inductor. And just as we read in his notes, he's using the life force of the most recent apprentices to power the device. Sotha Seal would never approve of this. Never in a million clicks of the Great Gear.
I called it organic. I should listen to my hunches. I really should. It's too late to help the apprentices, but we should get out of here.
No. If we leave, Lector Naro will just use Shirhari or one of the others. We have to do something. We have to stop this madness. People shouldn't be turned into plant food. At least not while they're still healthy and vibrant. It's not natural.
Agreed. Velen will put an end to Lector Naro.
So now you know the secret of the wellspring. You see your role in our grand plan. Time is short. The life force of the previous apprentices is nearly depleted.
He's an asshole. I'll just deal with these things first. Got loot. Just took a GT way. See, I was going to say something about draining life forces. I'm kind of an expert on that. You want to know how I'm an expert? That kind of thing? This is how.
Why do you resist? Your life force can feed thousands. You lash out because you fail to grasp the importance of what I do.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, and I'm going to loot everything from here. I have no objections to this now because you are an asshole. I'll just take everything. Oh, look. What's that? A alchemy bottle. Oh, essence of stamina. Yes, I'll have that. Yes, some health. Yes, I have that. Also, yes, I'll have those, and I'll have those. What's that? Is that a? Oh, just a bookshelf. No bookshelf. Nothing else. Nothing else. Oh, that's fine. Okay. That's worked out quite well timing-wise.
There's nothing to be done for these poor apprentices. The Inductor has drained every drop of life from their bodies.
Excuse me.
What of Lector Naril? He cloaks his evil in good intentions.
What was that about the path to hell? What is paved with? Valen dealt with Lector Naril, but what do we do about this machine?
The Lector lied. He tricked the apprentices and killed them. But the machine does allow the plants to grow and provides food for the Clockwork City. I wonder, what if someone willingly sacrificed themselves to feed the people?
Oh. Okay,
There's nothing to be done. The Lector lied.
Okay.
He tricked the apprentices and killed them. But the machine does allow the plants to grow and provides food for the Clockwork City. I wonder, what if someone willingly sacrificed themselves to feed the people?
Oh dear. Moral decision time. Do I do the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few? I mean, if we're asking for volunteers, that's, you know, slightly different. You know, people who are like, yeah, I've grown bored with life. I just want my death to be something worth it. Or do we turn it off, thereby condemning hundreds and hundreds of people, maybe even more, to starvation? Eesh. This is the trolley problem, basically. Very good philosophical thing. See, it does need the city does need the wellspring. Okay, I'm not shutting it down. We'll put out a call for volunteers, but we will not pressure anybody. If nobody wants to sort of volunteer, then that's fine. We will deal with that afterwards, but we will not force people to do it. I hope. Either way, no matter which choice I make, this is going to bite me in the butt. So I'm going to go with the lesser of the two evils. Oh, I almost said for the greater good then. I would have disgusted myself.
Yes. One life a season in exchange for a bountiful harvest. What could be more noble than sacrificing your life to feed the hungry? And I'll continue to work with the remaining apprentices. Maybe we can find another way. Someday.
I flippin' hope so.
How horrible! Those apostles, all dead?
Yep.
Not just dead. Drained of life to create the simulated sunlight.
Still, it's an amazing device. Lector Narl's a true genius.
A genius? Look at this. Narl's insane.
He was.
Narl's dead, but the promise of the wellspring lives on.
You're not suggesting we continue to kill people?
We call for volunteers. Use their sacrifices while we continue to work on finding a different source of power.
How noble. I assume we won't be the ones volunteering this time.
Sherazar has the right idea, and I offer myself as the first sacrifice.
Idrono, no!
Okay.
It's only logical. I'm an apprentice whose experiments never worked out. Allow me to contribute in another way.
Very well. Let's go make the necessary preparations.
One death to avoid many. This one still doesn't like how this all turned out.
Neither do I. Okay, that's twice now this game's made me gone. Alright. That's pretty dark. Pretty grim. Oh. Oh. I've just realised. Oh dear. Still, well, Sofa Seal did say there would be plenty of sacrifices and death and bodies before. Yeah. Well, that's. I'm gonna go out of this area before I log off for the night, because that's very not pleasant. I was gonna leave. It's that one there. Here we go. And we're in the vestibule, which is at least marginally better. So yeah, this. Oh, sorry, cat. a bit borgy. Yeah, I mean, some of them are literal cyborgs in this place. Hello, I know, but it's no. Christ, for crying out loud, cat. I know. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it for the night. And don't forget, like I said, tomorrow we are going to be starting with the watch party for The Expanse Season 1, Episode 1. I think it's 1 to 3. I think each episode is about an hour. So we'll take that. We'll take it as it comes. See how things go after 3 episodes, and then if we only want to do 2, we can do 2. Now, each season is shorter compared to Farscape. It's only like about sort of 10 or 12 episodes. So we're going to get through the plot quicker, but at the same time, each episode itself is a little bit longer. But to be fair, it's one of those shows I think that needs it. Anyway, we will go over that tomorrow. In the meantime, yes, I know. In the meantime, I'm going to say good night, and Madam's going to claim my chair. So, good night.